Ladies and gents, the Galeon 440. This boat is quite clever. Made in Poland, and they have a huge range if you're not already aware of them. And this thing, it's definitely a family boat. We've got 3 cabins, you can sleep 6 people downstairs, and we have 2 toilets as well. But there's so many things that open and shut. I get the vibe, and this is the first Galeon that I've tested before, that someone said to the designer, go for your life, go for your life. Be intelligent and be creative. Don't look at all the other brands and try and get inspiration from them. You do you. That's the vibe I get from Galeon, and I actually like some of the very clever ideas. I don't like all of them, but I think there's a lot of very sensible ideas, and I think whoever did design these, please jump in the comments if it's you, because I don't know who you are. Whoever did design this has spent a lot of time on boats and is really thinking about how we move around a boat and how we enjoy our weekends and our days. So that's the vibe I'm getting. So if that's important to you, then keep watching, because this is going to be a detailed tour. Then at the end of this video, we're going for a drive. So if you really are interested, come for a sea trial. And if you want to buy one of these and you want to talk to me, I've got a separate piece of content over on my Patreon channel. You can watch that if you're a member of the Patreon, and that's where you can ask me some questions. So out here on the back platform, just have a look around. This is not real teak, so this is all fake teak. Great for here, great for Australia, so many parts of the world. From a maintenance perspective, it's really, really good. They've done their own little unique vibe by carrying the teak up here, but this is actually storage for your fenders. Decent amount of storage. I've got 6 moderately sized fenders on the port side, and I have more space over there on the starboard side. Got to put my sunnies on, because welcome to Majorca, by the way. I love this place. If you haven't been, get over here. It's lovely. Check out this for a barbie space. So look at all that. It's almost full beam here across the back of the boat. We've got the sink here. We've got another deep sink just here. Cutting board just here. 1 barbie. I feel like you could almost have 2, but you know, that's done what they've done. And then we've got hot and cold water. So quite extensive. That's going to be a great space to entertain. And I love having these out the back of the boat, and then it just turns into basically a bar. You know, I almost feel like I could chill out here at some bar stools or something and communicate with all your mates. So that's very cool. We do have the drop-down swim ladder here, but you don't have to use this, because this whole platform, it's a German system, will actually go out and then down in the water with a 4-step stairs, which deploy on the starboard side. So that's super, super handy, and that's going to be great for people getting in and out of the water and deploying tenders, of course. But I think what we'll do, we'll make our way around the decks, and then we'll go into the saloon and downstairs, because there's a lot to point out here. But you obviously can't miss these massive drop-down wings, and they are huge. It makes this thing feel like a 50 or a 55 footer with these down. Yes, there are safety rails. They're just stored below there. I don't like putting them in because I think they're ugly. But you stand on, oh, that's hot. The glass is a bit hot in the sun. It's actually, no, it's manageable. The glass has got some grippiness in it, so you're not actually going to go head over heels if you are walking around here and it's a bit wet. And the platforms themselves, they extend forward enough that you don't feel like you're at risk when you're going up this stair. Some platforms, the design is done a little bit differently, and I feel like if I am not holding on to something, I'm gonna fall in the water. So that's kind of cool. Got some unique styling up around the top here, and just over here, we've got waste out, diesel in, 2 diesel tanks. We'll have a look at that when we get to the engine bay. Come on forward. Space-wise, you can hold on here. Not really much to hold on here, so you really just do have the one option there. Stepping up over the water tank inlet and onto the bow. Got a midships cleat just here, and then moving forward, huge sun lounge. I think depending on what part of the world you're going to use this boat in, you might want to consider a gyro stabilizer, because it's just going to make your life a lot more pleasant. If you're in a wind or a wave or boat wash affected place, and that's your regular hangout, do consider that. If you're somewhere like where we are right now, doesn't matter, but just something to think about. So we've got some storage just up here on the bow, on the starboard side, and that's drained. That's going to be fine for probably ropes and other bits and pieces. You're not really going to get a fender in there. But on the port side, that's the chain locker, guys. So it's all chain on this one, the quick windlass. And for some reason, to drop the chain, you got to stuff around with this little stopper here. I would just piss that off because that was annoying me to no end. But then if you want to secure the anchor, it's just a piece of rope and you tie it on there. That's the safety, works well. And anchoring, not a problem. We tried that in the test video. This is cool. Got the little backrest here. I like having these love seats. That's good for, you know, end of the day when the sun's not too hot. I can't see any facility for a sunshade. Maybe that's an option up here. Don't know, ask your dealer. But we do have backrests. So, oh, heaps of space. You can actually, I feel like a nap right now actually. It's really nice. It's very comfortable. But if you want to get a little bit of angle, you can just do this and they will all do that. Pay attention though, because if you're driving from the lower helm, you're not going to be able to see. I noticed that in the sea trial earlier on. So you just got to drop those before you accelerate away. Got cleats there and there. These here are actually your courtesy lights. So they're going to illuminate the decks of an evening. And then our windscreen wipers, they're done in stainless steel, which is good to see. And then hold on here, nothing here. And then we've got a beautiful big opening to the helm. So that's great. I'm actually going to go through the back of the boat. But this is a wonderfully sized door, makes a lot of sense for operating this thing short-handed. So starboard wings, same size on port, so not all boats are like that. Some of them have one wing on one side or differently sized wings, so just pay attention to that if that's important to you. And then we're going to check out this space. I'll just see if I missed anything. Okay, so that's shore power in there. That looks like the shower just there. I think these are bilge pumps. I think that's a manual bilge pump. I've got no idea what that's used for. So, some of the clever ideas. I think that's sensible. This is simple. Look where we are. Just gives me the option to do this and enjoy myself. So that's clever. And then if you want to do the eating thing, you can. That's great. This is also a really nice, comfortable seat. You're protected from the sun just here, and the roof finishes just there, so you maybe a little bit of rain protection. But if you're then gonna do a sit down lunch for everyone, that just folds out. It's just low maintenance material, one simple operation. I like that. If you need to store some safety gear or some ropes and extra fenders, just underneath. One, and then two just there. So that's simply done. I couldn't find any storage underneath that one, so maybe there is not. We go up these stairs, internal stairs to the Flybridge, which we'll do in a second, and then into the saloon. Once again, we have this seat just going forward and aft like so. There is a lock. I have that undone at the moment because this also goes out to the side. I'll show you that now. I actually think this is a waste of energy because look at it now. It's kind of okay, but just come around and have a look here. It just feels a little bit disjointed. What do you guys reckon? Get in the comments and let me know. I feel like maybe that's, if I'm gonna complain, that's one area where maybe the designer got a little bit too excited with too many moving parts. It does still seem to work pretty well, so it's not the end of the world. This is access into the engine bay. We'll go there in a sec. And then we've got a drain just here, which allows water to be dispersed before we come inside. And the interior's functional, kind of works. So, come in, suss it all out. The door itself, big concertina door, 2 panes of glass, slide over to starboard, and then you do have one opening door which you can use regularly, which is on the center line. But the saloon area here, it's good for a family. You'd have 6 people here, no problems. A couple of people here can chill out, might even be able to nap. Yep, on this lounge, that works. The glass is nice, so we've actually got pull-up blinds that I saw rather than pull down, but on the starboard side, we have floor to ceiling glass. So like if you were, say, in England like I was the other day, where you don't really want to be outside, but you would appreciate the light, it's quite pleasant. But then if you want to knock it out, you got these blinds. So that's totally doable, quite nice. And do we have storage underneath this one? I don't think we do. Can't see any storage underneath there. So we've got the darker finish here. We've got the soft furnishings on the roof. That's like a soft, it's not leather, it may be a leatherette perhaps material. Flat floor here, one level from the cockpit, and then you go up a stair here and up a stair here. 3 drawers just here and come over and have a look at the galley. So that's kind of workable, semi-U shape, I guess you would call it. We've got more blinds just here. We've got an AC outlet, another AC outlet there. The only thing is, I don't know what we're going to do to extract any smells if you're cooking up a storm. Maybe one of these sucks, or I don't know. You definitely can get some through flow air from that one, but just consider what you're cooking on this one. And if it's really smelly, maybe do it on the barbie out the back. So this looks like a rubbish chute just here. We've got twin sinks just there. They're stainless steel, hot and cold. Does that pull out? Yes, it does. I know you guys like those things. So we've got a microwave just here. We've got a small fridge just here. I saw a few fridges on this boat, so there's more of those. A little bit of pantry storage just there. Are you going to get pots and pans in these? Yeah, you can. They just can't be huge, I would say. What about up here? Yes, okay, that's where you could put larger items. You've got some storage here, here, and also that's a good, sensible use of the space just there. So this is like a marble look Corian, I would say. Then I've got 240 just there, and a big space forward, which is all dulled down from a light perspective, so it's not going to bounce back into your eyes. One of the vibes that I get on this Galeon, and I look forward to exploring some more, is that they have considered bigger people. So many of the French boats that I've tested, when I come down to these lower helm stations, they're a little bit tight. Fine for me, because I'm not that tall, but for the real big blokes, they're going to struggle. But here, you know, I've got a good amount of space above my head, and then heaps of space just here, and you have a decent amount of space there. So if you are a larger person, perhaps a Galeon is going to be a better option for you to consider. This will also go back. So that's the seat all the way back there. And come in close and then check out the helm, and we'll just point out all the features. Digital throttle just here on the starboard side. Got the zip wake just there. VHF operation. That's your ignition. Start, stop just there. We've got our Raymarine flat screen flush with the dash just here. Volvo diagnostics display just there. That's a quick chain counter. Flush, not on at the moment. Raymarine autopilot. That is your bow thruster. Forgotten what that is. We've got our anchor operation, engine room blowers, horn, wipers, and all of our freshwater, black, grey, bilge, forward and aft, just here, and your navigation lights. We have a remote control, probably for the platform, I would say. Drink holder just there, and under the dash, not a lot to speak of. Not a bad looking wheel. And once again, I really, really appreciate this huge opening door, which actually has a couple of positions. So that's the full open position, and you can then, using a bolt just here, just crack it like that. And at that position, I can still, well, someone my size, can still actually get out. So that's kind of cool. Don't mind that at all. I think we need to head downstairs, and then we'll go up and have a look at the Flybridge. So this feels like the master, but it's not the master, guys. It's the VIP. And I think, jump into the comments if you agree that, I think the standout feature of the interior of this 440 is these whole windows. They are epic. Like, just check out the views. You can see we are in a beautiful location, but you really do get to appreciate it. Yes, there's drop-down blinds. Yes, we've got opening ports on either side if you want to get some natural ventilation, but not a bad setup. Got a little makeup thingamajiggy in here with some storage for the ladies. Got some reading lights just there. Got storage in here. Probably some hanging lockers. Yes, we've got hanging in there. I even noticed you can get access. There's an air conditioning control, or not control, air conditioning pump just underneath there, and you can get access to it. The bed's obviously offset, so whoever's on that side, on the starboard side, you do actually have to roll over your partner if you need to get out of bed in the middle of the night to go to the toilet. So that's a semi-issue. We've got some charging there and there. That's 240. We do have lockers over on the starboard side as well. So it's a intelligently laid out cabin. We've got access and escape hatch also above us, and soft furnishings mixed with the timber, and quite lovely carpet. Very, very soft under your feet, but they've also intelligently put these hatches dotted all the way around the boat for getting access into the bilge. I love seeing that. Really, really good. What's in here? Nice drawer. Doesn't hit the door. Good. Somebody's thought about all this. I like it. Got the nice little stainless steel details in the door. The grain looks good. And then over here on the port side, maybe just stick the camera in here. You've got a decent kiddies cabin. Those singles are super wide. Actually, I'll jump on this top one. This is, so I can jump up, not hit my head. Just get a vibe. That's like 1.5. Just look at this. Look how much space we've got. I've got the beautiful view here. I've got ventilation, heaps of space, storage, air conditioning. Got a little bedside table ledge on both sides. It's a really nice cabin. The only thing that sucks is for this person. So maybe, because you got all this window and beautiful luxury up there, and you're in a cave for down there. So if you don't like, whoever you don't like, put them there, or use that as storage. Just do that. Don't. I'm sure you're going to be bringing people you like on this boat. So the day head is in here. Let's just get a vibe of this. We've got, this feels like a marbly tile type surface that I'm standing on. A couple of different textures. Got the grey look, nice shower. I've got the rain head shower above me, and then this one. But I am showering in the toilet space, so we can't really technically call this a separate shower. But once again, look at that beautiful window. Really, really nice. And then we've got a nice little vanity area here. Storage, got that. Opening, more storage. And we can also vent this with the opening window. Do I see air conditioning? I do. Cool. Couple little towel hooks just there. And then into the master. So the VIP does not have private access to the head. You are definitely sharing this one door. Both of you have to come out and go into the day head and use that as your own head, FYI. But this is where the luxury really starts, because you're going into a full beam master. Come on down. It's very nice. Full beam master. If you're sitting up in bed, like I am right now, you've got clear viz out through these beautiful big hull windows on either side, and then loads of storage on starboard and more on port, because we're not taking up space for the head. You can do an optional TV on the bulkhead forward, and this furnishing above your head, above the bed, it's all softly done. So it's got some sort of felt material on it, so you're not gonna, hurt yourself if you bang your head on it in the middle of the night. Also, around the bed, that's quite soft, because I bet you, many of you have hit your ankles on the corners of these beds. That's not a problem on this one. And then on either side, I've got full headroom just here. So they've allowed a space for tall people to get change. And then as you come aft, you're losing a little bit. So that's going to be some of those areas up on deck that I was looking for, whether they had storage. That's what's going on just there. I think you guys come in here, go over there, and I'll show you the head, because this is your private head. And we do have a separate shower in this one. So come on in. So the head is aft, and then the shower is forward. We've got the rain head again. We've got the shower door just here. Here's your vanity. Here's your storage. I've got more drawers this time. Does that one open? Yes, it does. I've even got charging in there, 240. Beautiful views, metal blinds, so they should be okay for all the moisture. And I've got AC just there. So not interesting, They've taken risks, but I think it's going to pay off, because we've got the really good accommodation, and we've just, arguably sacrificed a little bit with the access to the head. But you don't have to have this layout. You can actually have a 2-cabin version, and then you have 2 ginormous heads. So that's an option if you choose. Let's go up on the Flybridge. Okay, guys, so this obviously is a safety. If you're up here and you're cruising around, you probably want to close that door so people don't fall down the stairs. That's what's going on there. Come on up. This is a clever idea. I like what they've done here. This is just a simple table, but by utilizing the space here, it allows more pass-through space just there for people who want to move about. And this is also clever engineering here and utilization of the space, because once again, if we want to have the big party, look at that. That's just good thinking. I like that. Everyone can sit up here and enjoy this space. And they've also because you know they do all the stainless steel, they do all the upholstery, they do all the foams, they do it all at their in-house facility in Poland. So when you deal with a factory that has such control, they can be a little bit creative with this sort of stuff. So now, check this out. I'm going to sit in this for perspective. Oh, that's pretty comfy. That's good. I feel a little bit low at this table, but actually, no, that's okay. I can still eat here. But this seat here is the dance seat because for some reason the foam's double the thickness, so I'm a bit high here. So this is gonna be my seat. But you could have 12 people around here. It'd be great. And then when you're not eating and you need to utilize the space a little bit more intelligently, you totally can. So that's great. I like that. Now, underneath all these seats, there's storage. So storage for covers, bits and pieces, extra life jackets all the way along here. So that's clever. And then let's check out this little entertainment station because we've got another Barbie. So that's kind of cool. Got a small fridge here, bit of storage just in there. She's electric Barbie, so she's off the Jenny, obviously. Not a bad little space just here. We obviously don't have a bimini on this one, but I'm sure you could retrofit them, and you just have to do that locally, or that might be a factory option as well. As you can see on the little targa arch across the back, you got facility for mounting a radar. This actually looks like it folds down. It looks like you just undo a pin here and a pin here, and I've got hinges just here. So if you are concerned about height or getting under bridges, like I know a lot of you are in Florida, undo, the whole thing just folds down. Where's the wiring? Can I see it? It must be going down the central pillar here. So you'd hope they've allowed for you to do that on the run. Kind of cool. VHF, that's all pretty nice. Let's go up here. More storage underneath me here. Nice angle on the backrest. That's all pretty good. One of the best places underway. And then as you will see on the test drive video, if you're interested, you can fold that back. Plenty of space for you and a partner to drive from up here with good viz all the way around, forward and to the side. And I can just see the port aft cleat from the helm. If I stand here, I can just see it. So that's kind of useful from a parking perspective, but I would definitely park from downstairs most of the time because I've just got that beautiful big opening door and it just gives me wonderful access. Up here, we've got a lot of repeaters. So I got the autopilot, I got the flat screen of the Ray Marine, Volvo Penta, I got nav lights, bow thruster just here, start, stop, zip weight controls, same throttle and the wheel, speakers dotted around. The one thing that I didn't really like was the bloody covers. It's probably a two-man job taking the covers off of the Flybridge up here. It's a little bit of a kerfuffle. So just consider that and how you're gonna boat and whether you're prepared to do that or whether you maybe have someone to do that for you. I must say, the best Flybridge cover system I have ever seen to just cover this area and then uncover it was on a Galeon. It was on a Galeon that I saw maybe about 10 years ago at Dusseldorf, and they had these tracks and you just pulled the whole thing across. I thought that's the best idea I've ever seen. So if they still do that, can you please bring it back? Because I won't get so sweaty on these beautiful days. Okay, so pass me the camera and come with me, guys. This is actually quite a neat engine bay. It's always good fun when you got good old straight shafts and plenty of room. Well lit, as you can see. I like the white flooring too. So, Volvo D6 440s on this one. There you go. On a straight shaft. Boom. How good's that? Nice and simple. A decent amount of space. We've got metal tanks on port and starboard. Just there. I really do like this flat flooring. It makes it easy to move around. That's good. You can see the batteries just there and there. That's aft. We've got our Webasto, port aft quarter, fireboy system, hydraulics for the platform. There's our Jenny just there. Now we're looking at the starboard aft quarter just there. And everything's nicely flow coated, well marked. I've got insulation up on the ceiling. Wonderful amount of lighting. We'll just go forward just to give you a bit more of a vibe. You could definitely mount more equipment, another gen set, and a stabilization if you needed, because the amount of space we have in here is epic. So this will be you guys. At least I hope so. This is lovely. Galeon, what an interesting day this has been. And hopefully you've got a bit of a feel for the layout of this thing and what you can do or what it's going to do for your boat life. What have I learnt? It is a very clever design. It's not traditional. So if you're a conservative buyer, if you're a traditional boat brand guy, it's probably not for you. But if you're the sort of person who's prepared to take a few risks in life, and if you want to incorporate as many clever, unique ideas into the way you operate, or if you know exactly how you are going to live your life on a boat, this could be a good option for you. I do like a lot of things that are going on here. So if you want to get a feel for how she operates on the water, that's a separate video. You're very welcome to join us. Click on the link that's coming up on the screen right now. And if you do want to buy the boat and if you want to ask me some questions, as many of you seem to be doing, more than happy to answer them. Do that over on the Patreon. I don't have time to respond to everyone in the comments anymore. I'd love to help you. Do it in the Patreon. So hope that was useful. You're all legends. Hope you enjoyed this beautiful location, Mallorca. If you haven't been here, get over here. It's a paradise. I'll see you next time somewhere in the world. See you guys.